Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of In the Booth, where we interview voice actors and actresses of machinimas, fan dubs, abridged series, and any online web series. I'm your host, JD Carr, and today our guest is XenoBlazeVa, so thank you, man.
Hey, thanks for having me aboard the show, man. I'm honored.
Yeah, it's no problem. So, first things first, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Ooh, where do I begin? Oh, where do I begin? Well, I'm pretty much an amateur voice actor, or now sort of semi-professional voice actor now. Um, and as a matter of fact, I make a bridge series. I actually have a current abridged series called Mega Man Abridged Warrior, created by Team.exe, and if you want to go check that out.
Sweet.
I also do a couple. Thank you. I also do a couple, well, of course, some fan dubs. I do some web comics, and like I probably stated earlier, I'm starting to do a little bit more professional stuff now.
Ah, cool, nice.
And yeah, hope to get a little bit more on that train. But anyway, and also I pretty much am an editor as well. I've actually started recently doing some more editing projects for other YouTubers. Not big though, not the big ones, but ones they're still working up. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm actually pretty much enjoying it. I mean, a little bit of editing. And say if like voice acting doesn't work, I have something to fall back on. I mean, because that's actually what I'm studying. I'm studying in film and television.
Oh, sweet, me too, man. I'm a film major. Nice.
Oh, awesome. I guess great minds think alike.
Minds think alike, yeah. Small world.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So first things first. So how'd you land on the name XenoBlaze?
Oh, phew. How did I land on it? Well, okay. Originally, XenoBlazeVa was not my original name. For those that have been around and have known me way before I used that name, I actually went by a different name, and it was a name I really botched because I was not too proud of it later on. But I went by Kingo Samurai 347. I know, the most random of names, but
Sounds like an Xbox Live gamer tag or something like that.
that pretty much was where it where the name derived from. And back then, I really just didn't look on it like, it seems like a pretty plausible name. And then, as I started getting into like voice acting, I realized I'm like, the name really doesn't show much. It doesn't really stand out. It just kind of,
It's like
people look at it, go like,
just another kid on the internet. Okay.
yeah, like it's like, yeah, who's this? It's like, who's this guy trying to be a pretender? He's like one of those meh. But I think after 2-3 years of having that name, I'm like, I really needed to rebrand my name. I'm like, you know what? Let's make something more catchy and something I actually enjoy. And so I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles, which actually is a pretty good game.
Yes.
Really good game. I was like thinking, I'm like Xeno, and then I took like Xenoblade for a second. I was thinking about it, and then I changed Blade to Blaze because I don't know. It was the
It
first
sounded
thing that
right.
popped in. Yeah, it just sounded right. I'm like Xenoblaze, and I'm like, it sounds good. I'm like, I'm loving it, but something's missing, and I'm like VA. I'm like, boom, got it, XenoBlazeVa. And then after that, I'm like, all right, now I need to get a avatar, brand new avatar, custom made. And the one that you actually see right now was actually custom made by Ali Floro, and she did a phenomenal job with it. And shout out to her if you haven't checked out her work. She is amazing, amazing. And yeah, from that point on, I've pretty much been going by that name for the past year and a half, soon to be 2 years.
Nice. All right. Next one is, so how'd you get into voice acting, or just start picking up a mic in general and just like, hey, I want to do this now?
Well, I actually got into voice acting around 2012, to be quite honest, spring 2012. So, just needed water.
That's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I started doing it around 2012. It really started with a fan dub I did with my friend Andrew. Also goes by the Omega 360.
All right.
And we did a fan dub of a scene from Mega Man.
Wait. Did you say Omega 360?
Yeah, that Omega 360.
That name sounds familiar for some reason. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. So, anyway, we did a fan dub of the opening scene from, I think, Mega Man X7. I believe that's correct. I could be wrong, so don't hurt me for it, because it's been a while since I played any Mega Man games.
Yeah.
But we did a scene with that, and apparently I did like 2 voices for him. I did like an old man and I think a few extras in the opening scene, and I end up my first character. I ended up getting shot at the like through the whole scene. I'm like, oh, for my first debut, I end up getting shot. Jeez, one of my. I was like, great. Now I've just become the Sean Bean of voice acting. And that's even funny is most of the characters I've done, whether they're extras or
they
they're
always die off. One way or another, they always die off.
They always die off. I see that's like a recurring thing, or a recurring theme for me. Though I wouldn't say for everything. But yeah, ever since I did that, that was like my first voice acting role I've done. And since then, I'm like, okay, I actually enjoyed it. And from that point on, I'm like, yeah, I really want to start to do voice acting. So I started, hooking up on the Voice Acting Alliance, which Andrew showed me what that was. And I just started, basically it's like job interviews, just like start applying, start auditioning, and, went from there. Did some stuff on Behind the Voice Actors. Then I think later when Casting Call Club became a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Later down the road. And quite recently I joined up with the Voice Acting Club, now that they finally got a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Or re-image, which, thank God, it's actually back up.
Yeah.
Now. And I've been like I said, I've just been involved with a whole bunch of other people. Like I said, my current abridging team, Team.exe. I mean, me and my friend Andrew just started that up with a idea for, hey, we want to do an abridged. It's like they did an abridged series, like Little Karibo did Team 4-Star. Why not we just do one? I'm like, okay, what show can we do? It's like, let's do Mega Man. Nobody's touched that. I'm like, wait, are we talking like the old cartoon, or are we talking like Battle Network? I'm like, yeah. He's like, let's do Battle Network. And already from the get-go, he already had ideas for what the series was going to be about, what we were going to do for the characters, who was going to be voicing who for most of the main cast. And then, we just kind of developed down the road. And we didn't expect to get popular, quite honest. We just thought it's like, okay, let's just see what we do. If we don't get popular, that's fine. Let's continue doing it. If we do, same thing.
Wait a second. Okay, now I know where I found the name. Omega 360. So funny thing. So I found him. He did 2 Red vs. Blue fan dubs. That's how I found him.
Yes, that is him.
I was like, really? Yeah, it's him. I was like, ah.
Yeah, that's my friend Andrew.
Sweet.
That's him.
Sweet.
Big Red vs. Blue. Actually, he's big Rooster Teeth fan, and so am I. I actually have to thank him for introducing me to Rooster Teeth.
Wait, you're also a Rooster Teeth fan? Hey, same here, man.
Yeah.
Man, we live in a small damn world. Small
I know
world.
it is. It is. It is. Oh my goodness, small world. But yeah, like I said, adding on to that, my bridge series, I've worked with like other bridgers. I've worked with Ali Floro. I've worked with Power Man Otaku. I've worked with like Leafy dubs.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked with Gal Guy King, and there are a lot more I could list, but apparently my mind is drawing a blank, so I'm just gonna have to cut it off at that.
Right.
There are others. I swear. It's just that right now those are the ones that came off the top of my head.
All right. So let's see. I guess from then till now, what has been your favorite role or roles that you ever done?
Ooh, that's actually going to be a bit of a tie.
You can have as many as you want. That's all I'm gonna say. You can have as many as you want.
I'm going to limit it. It's actually instead of 2, it's actually 3.
All right, that's fine.
One of them, of course, this is probably going to be the most obvious. It's got to be between. Well, it's actually got to be between Mega Man and Glide, because I voiced both of the characters in our bridge series, and.
All right.
Sorry, self-promotion. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I just love voicing those guys. It's especially when the script comes out and they have all this witty dialogue from my writers. They it's like, do you think I can actually,
It's like, yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, say this line, but, just come up with the most goofy, antic, or, improv, because I have a tendency to improv most of my lines, because that's just me.
Yeah.
And what the funny thing is, I'm surprised they don't say it's like, oh no, don't improv, just say what the line is. They just let me do whatever I say, and whatever improv I do, they somehow incorporate it into the final cut.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna use that. Okay, moving on.
Exactly. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's between Mega Man and Glide, and the second actually has to do with it's not an abridged series, but it is actually a webcomic that is a fan dub of a popular webcomic by a very popular artist on DeviantArt. How have you heard of Fisheye Placebo?
Heard the name, not seen the work.
Okay. Well, the art is phenomenal. The artist Yume, she is amazing. And apparently, because of its popularity, it has never actually been dubbed. It really was never like fan dubbed or anything. No sort of dub or any voice cast for that matter. So a friend of mine started up this small little studio, visual raid studio on YouTube. And the first projects he wanted to do was like get a hold of Yume and ask if they can actually dub her comics. And she gave us her blessing. And she says, "Yeah, go for it. Just do it. Make sure you do it justice. Make sure it doesn't suck." And they came to me, and they actually had a cast, but they did not have anyone for the protagonist, Vance. So my friend has this one friend, William, who's the director of it. He gives like his information over to me, is asking like, "Hey, my friend says you actually have you're pretty much a very decent voice actor. You've actually got a great range. Do you think you can actually voice this character?" I'm like, "Okay, who is he?" He's like, "His name is Vance, and he's actually the protagonist." I'm like, "You serious? You want me to voice him?" I mean, I'd be down with that, but don't you want to audition first? So we did the auditioning process, and I asked him, like, "Is there any specific voice? Like, do you need me to go high? Do you need me to go low?" He's like, "No." He's like, "All right, then what's the voice you need?" It's like, "I'm hearing it right now." I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" He's like, "No, your normal, my normal speaking voice was what they were looking for." I'm like, "You kidding me? I thought my voice was crap." He's like, No, it's perfect." So I record, and then after it's like finished, I had to wait for a while till we put out the first chapter, and then like I think around October of 2013 or 14, no, it was 2014. We put out the first chapter. We show it to Yume, and she freaking loves it.
Sweet.
Like, yeah. So hearing that from her, and she also replied with a message back, like praising us, like, "You guys did this justice. You guys did phenomenal. The cast was amazing. And if you have any questions, if you need any assistance, like with any like when it comes to visuals or anything, if you want me to change up any future stuff for my future future chapters of the comic, please do not hesitate to ask."
All right, now I want to
just hearing that.
Now I want to see this. Now your comic dubs.
Oh, I can. Yeah, like I said, I can give you the link.
All right. After this.
It's exactly. So yeah, that is actually my third favorite character, Vance, because he's pretty much. If I really would describe his character, he is basically just like a major. He's basically a computer whiz. Like he's great with computers and technology, and he's a bit of a nerd too. He's just a regular nerd, just like us. Actually, I kind of relate to him in a way. I'm like, hey, this character's just like me, except I don't have glasses, and don't have black hair.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But yeah, that's that. I'm sorry if I'm rambling.
Oh,
on
no,
too much.
It's fine. It's fine. This whole show is dedicated to all of you guys. All right, let's see. Oh, here's a fun question for you. So, you've been through a lot of recording sessions, right?
Yes.
So, do you have any funny stories to tell or any funny experiences that happened when you were recording lines? Go. I'll let you have fun with that.
Okay. I've actually got a pretty good one. Okay, so there was an abridged series I had to audition for, and I got casted for it. It was actually for a parody of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5.
Oh, okay.
The current running series.
Yeah.
Which is soon to be coming to an end. It's actually pretty good. But anyway, so I auditioned for the series because I've actually seen... Ooh, excuse me. That came back up. That's fine. But yeah, I auditioned for the series because I actually... I've seen like previous episodes of the series so far, and they were like doing episode 14. They were abridging, I think, the Miami City Championship for like the first arc, like the first season, and they were looking for voice actors to fill in for these characters that were only for like 1 or 2 episodes. Like they're kind of like throwaway characters. So I'm like, okay. So I ended up auditioning, and I get casted for one of them that was on the audition list. The director. As he calls me, and he wants to, set up a recording session to record my lines. And alongside that, he asks me if I'd be willing to voice another character, because apparently the character he had for this character named Tempe, who is technically like the freaky fish guy of this series,
mm-hmm.
the Mako tsunami of this generation. His original VA apparently lost contact with or just dropped out, and he was wondering if I could pull off a sort of a weird, sort of like this kind of voice that he wanted me to do. It's kind of a little gravelly and a little high, but I understand nonetheless. So that's the sort of voice he wanted me to do. And then after he heard it, he's like, okay, you're our new Tempeh. And then we go through this session, and then there's this one session where Tempeh is trying to help Yuya wake up after he's been possessed or what, nothing. And they wanted me to sing. Like, they wanted me to do, like, some sort of opera shindig. Like, just, it's like, we needs to be serenaded by a sweet fat man. And then the line goes like, I demand compensation for this. And he's like, don't push it, big guy. I'm like, and then this wasn't in the script, but I'm like, give me a second. I need to break into my voice. yes, there we go. And then after that, he inserts like a some sort of audio clip that has like some opera singers singing, I don't know what song it is, and it fits freaking perfectly. and then he just busted up laughing, like he's like, dear God, he just fell in love with my improv. And then from that point on, like, that was my debut in that series, and then he had me on board the team and voicing a couple other recurring characters throughout the series. And he's like, dude, just improv. If you get cast for any characters, any improv you have, please do it, because you actually, not only the fans like it, but everybody else in the crew loves it. You just you come up with this witty humor right on the spot. I'm like, I just say whatever is on my mind, even if it's just random BS, and just say it into the mic, and apparently it works for him. I'm like, okay.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's that.
All right. Nice.
Woo.
All right. Oh, here's another fun question for you. So, I'm guessing you've seen like a lot of anime, played a lot of video games, and watched a lot of cartoons, right?
Oh yeah. Though I've been sort of backing off on a little bit of video games. I haven't really been playing that much. The only thing I've been playing recently right now is Fire Emblem, which I friggin' love.
Yes. So, who is your favorite voice actor or actress? And you can have as many as you want. Go. Let's have fun with that.
Oh God, why? Just why? Now you're really just being mean. Cause
What? How does that mean?
Because I'm trying to narrow it down to more than just like 5 choices, because I have a list.
You can have as many as you want, man. You can have as many as you want.
But I'm gonna keep. All right, I'm pretty much gonna keep it to my top 3 voice actresses and voice actors.
All right, that's fine.
I'm starting at number 3. It has to be it honestly has to be Bryce Papenbrook. I mean, the funny thing is we both share the same name, so that's that's not the only reason. It's just that I like how he plays. He mostly plays a lot of angsty teen characters and a lot of like the hero and everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like it. I mean, some people say he's a one-trick pony, but honestly, I don't. I mean, I kind of look past that, because he really knows how to show emotion during like very intense scenes, and even make some of the most cheesiest scenes sound pretty well.
Yeah.
And I love his characters.
He's in everything nowadays.
Yes, 7 Deadly Sins, really good show.
Oh, yeah.
Love him as Meliodas. Attack on Titan's actually pretty good. And Blexis, and also Masaomi Kido from Durara.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes, that was the first role that I remember actually hearing his voice in. That's the first time I got exposed to him. Was through that character.
So boobylicious. Wait, what?
Girl, I'm gonna call you Google, because I think I found what I was looking for. I think that was one of the cheesy pickup lines he said at a Q&A. I think it was at Otakon. Yeah. Okay. Number 2 would have to be Crispin Freeman.
Of course.
Because yes, Crispin Freeman, very talented dude, and I actually had the pleasure of actually taking one of his classes.
Oh, sweet,
before
nice.
Oh yeah, he's phenomenal. A very phenomenal coach and teacher. And I would recommend, if anybody's listening to this, I would recommend taking some of his classes if you want to get some inside pointers on how to voice act, or if you're just starting out. The guy really knows how to break down certain aspects and ratios of voice acting piece by piece. So definitely check it out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And second, this pretty much comes at no surprise. Vic Mignogna. I know, cliche, and everybody, but it's like, oh god, Vic Mignogna. It's like Vic Mignogna. It's like you could have made him number 2 or something. It's like, but he's a household name, and
Yeah.
He's Edward Elric. I mean, who doesn't love Full Metal Alchemist? He's Broly in Dragon Ball Z. He's, I guess... What was it? Yeah, he's on High School.
He always plays the womanizers and all that stuff.
Yeah, he does. But I don't know. He brings a lot of emotion, witty humor, and he has like a certain charismatic charm to him that he just brings to all the characters he voices. Yeah. And that's it's just fascinating, and I freaking love it. So yeah, there's that. Now for for voice actresses, at number 3, it has to be. I think it has to be Monica Rial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Monica Rial. Number 2 would have to be Alexis Timpton. Actually, no, sorry, scratch it. It's Alexis Timpton's number 3. Monica Rial is
number 2.
Number 2. Yes, there we go. Number 3 is actually a bit of a tie. It is between Colleen Clinkenbeard and Laura Bailey. It is actually a tie between those two.
Wait, you say number 3 or you meant number 1?
Number 1.
Okay.
It's a tie between it's actually a tie between Laura Bailey and Colleen Clinkenbeard. It's really hard to choose between the two of them. I just can't bring myself to choose one over the other.
Yeah, it's hard to choose.
But yeah, it is. It's really hard to choose.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are pretty much my top VAs and female and male VAs.
Sweet.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Because I remember, I asked some people before, and usually, either in the top 3 for them, for, a majority of people, or, top number 1 is always, Troy Baker. Because, well, he's in everything now.
Oh, yeah, Troy, if I have to admit, Troy Baker is another personal favorite, but I wouldn't go... don't get me wrong. The man's got a great resume. He's got resume. A great...
Yeah.
Oh, good resume. I think he's got great talent. It's just that, I don't know if in the top 3, but he would be in my top 5. I don't know where exactly in the top 5, but he's there. He's in that, list.
Always. All right.
He is.
So let's see. Next question would have to be, so you've been voicing for about almost, was it 3 years now?
4 years.
Oh, 4 years?
4 years.
Okay, 4 years.
Yes, 4 years. Okay. Coming up on 5 in about on 5 years when April hits.
Okay. So what is the one voice that you haven't done yet, but you would really love to do?
Oh.
Or actually, no. Scratch that. Not voice, but actually voices that you want to actually do in the future, if you ever get the chance.
Actually, it's between 2. I really would like to do a little bit more. I like to do a little bit more of a little more villain characters. I've played villain characters, but I like to do villains that are very zany and over the top, that are. I would say pretty much just very all the serious ones, the ones that are just batshit crazy and just are enjoying themselves, enjoy watching the world burn, or in this case, just gleefully evil.
Yeah,
it's that, and I'd like to try to play a little bit more. I don't know. I say the comic a little bit. Well, actually, no. I have played a little comic relief. I actually would like to try a little bit more of the hero, just a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that in I think 1 or 2 series. It's just that it's rare sometimes now. It's very rare, and I just like to do a little bit more of those.
All right.
I know it sounds a little cliche, but it's just honestly that's.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All right. So let's see. Oh yeah. I think you probably get this question asked at so many interviews, so especially jobs. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh dear God!
I know. I'm
that's
sorry.
It's
not that question. Please.
It's the $1 million question. The question that will haunt you for the rest of your life.
It's think carefully now.
Where do I see myself in 5, or should I say 5 years, or pretty much in this case, where do you see yourself in the future? Well, right now, like I said, I just actually wrapped up community college. I actually just got my degree and will be graduating in May. But I am actually going to be transferring, hopefully, if it comes through. I actually will be transferring to an art school called SCAD, which is, SCAD University, the Savannah College of Arts down in Savannah, Georgia.
Nice.
It's a very prestigious art school. State of the art and everything, and it's freaking huge. I mean, huge. So I plan to go there for about 2.5 years, probably less than that, and go and get my bachelor's in film and television, and then maybe stay in Atlanta for probably just about a year or so, just like, work at a news station or any other like small studios with, within that delve with film and television.
All right.
And then thinking about also a little working on voice acting on the side as well. I'll try to go a little bit more advanced up in the pros, hopefully. And might actually, once I have enough experience under my belt, I might plan to hopefully move down to Texas.
Sweet, yes, come down to Texas.
Over to Texas. Yes. Wait, you live in Texas?
I live in Texas, yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Why are all the good people usually out in Texas or in LA? I'm in Maryland. I'm like in a very small town where nothing really goes on that much. I'm serious. Nothing goes on.
Really? Huh.
The only thing we're mostly known for is, there's like Camp David, which is like it's like the president's like campground or like his private, camping site he goes to. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
That's it. But yeah, I've mostly, like I said, but basically just to sum it all up, I either hope to do like anything behind the scenes, like visual or audio editing, and hopefully do voice acting as well. I see myself as having more than one, sort of like be a jack of all trades within that area.
All right. So I think we're kind of nearing the end here. So Zeno, you got any advice or tips to anyone that's aspiring to become a voice actor or actress?
I have some though. So I'll try to do my best not to botch this. I'd say if you really want to get into voice acting, I'd say here's a few steps. One, I'd say get yourself a good microphone. Mostly, if I were you, don't do like a USB, get an XLR. And they might be a tad bit pricey, depending on what you get.
Yeah.
But those are actually your best bet if you want to start off with. Those are actually the best quality mics you're going to start off with. I mostly say get an AT2020 and get a Scarlett Solo for a mixer board. And make sure you get some XLR cables. Yeah. And also windsock and a pop filter.
Yes.
For that.
Always
That's
get
equipment-wise.
Yeah.
Yes. As for like software, I'd say like use Audacity because that is free. Or if you like wanted to go like a little higher, I'd say use like Adobe Audition or Pro Tools. When it comes to that,
there's like a 30-day free trial if you actually apply. And if you guys
yes, I forgot. Yeah, if you don't want to end up paying 30-day free trial for the Adobe stuff, like go with Audacity because it's free and I've seen a lot of people, a lot of abridgers that started off with that. Some I believe still use it, others don't, but it's actually it's pretty handy capable for starting out. As for like auditioning wise, I'd say like sites, go to Casting Call Club, go to Voice Acting Club, Behind the Voice Actors, or heck, even join Facebook groups too, because like I cannot speak. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Fine.
This is what happens. This is what happens when I ramble too much. I mix up my words.
That's fine.
But yeah, join any voice acting groups on Facebook because they usually will put out any like fan dubs and other original work. Heck, even paid projects too. You'll sometimes come across those. Rare, but if you come across paid projects, definitely take the opportunity to take hold of that. And also demo reels.
Yes,
demo
please
reels.
do demo reels. That'd be great.
Yes, it's what sucks. Yeah, here's the funny thing is I still have yet to make a demo reel. And yes, I know some people are gonna. It's like, how are you voice actors don't have demo?
How have you been voicing these past 2 years? You haven't even made a demo reel.
Let's just say when you have work and you had school, and just the motivation.
Life gets in the way. Yeah, that's.
I'm like I said, I'm writing my demo reel right now. I've already got like half of it complete, and I just need to get it out of the rough draft and then put it, start recording. That's
Yeah.
I just got so many other projects on my hand, but I try to kick myself in the butt to do it. I'm like, I
Yeah.
gotta do it. I gotta do it by the end of this year this time. There's no excuses. But yes, demo reels are important. Your first demo reel might not turn out as best, and that's okay because, you know, you put it out and you just see where it goes from there. If you get some rolls with it, that's actually good. You're doing something right. And if some people point out like what you can fix on, don't take that as harsh criticism. Take that as a learning curve. Learn from it and see what you can do better on your next run.
All right.
It's all just a matter of time, precision, hard work, and dedication.
Sweet.
Anybody can do voice acting as long as you just willing to take the time, patience, and practice and keep pushing yourself.
All right. Wise words.
That's what I believe.
Wise words.
Yes, wise words.
All right. So I guess we're nearing the end. So XenoBlaze, thank
Alrighty.
you. I'll thank you again for joining us in this episode of In the Booth.
Thank you actually for bringing me on board this episode.
Hey, it's no problem. And this concludes this episode of In the Booth. I'm your host, JD Karn, so we'll see you next time. So, bye, guys.
Bye.